Hey guys, this is Airsoft in CT and welcome back to another collection video. Today I'm super excited because now I'm going to show you my German collection. I am part of Kampfverband, more specifically SchattenGruppe. Now, while we maintain our 2010 to 2013 KSK kits, we also work on a number of other ones that you will be able to see here. Let's start small and work our way up. So, over here, we start out with my KSK custom Contact 2s. These look very similar to regular Contact 2s. However, instead of using the outside mic jack on the back, it's hardwired into the Contact, which is kind of interesting, but that's a custom Contact 2 thing for the KSK. We have my Oakley M-Frame 2.0s, a set of Bali X800s, a set of BSST soft armor, a set of SK4 plates. These are the Bund issued ones. They expired just this year, but that's okay. They work just as well. We have my TK5 push to talk. And now let's get into some of the nod stuff. So up here, the Germans use the Lucy NVG system. However, they have transitioned to the NV33s, but the Lucys are actually still found in the Bundeswehr. So let's go through some of the accessories. Here we have a standard Bundeswehr claw, some rear claws. We've got some Bundeswehr issued AA batteries, a Telefunken rear helmet counterweight. This thing's really cool. That was actually recently sent to me. Some Lucy straps, a skull crusher, some other Lucy accessories. I'll actually be going through these in a separate video about my night vision, so stay tuned for that. We have this really cool EGB modified Lucy claw. Now I'm going to put a picture, but this so far is the only one we know in existence that was modified this way, and we think we have a photo of exactly that guy who used it, which is kind of cool. Move down to my pride and joy, my Lucy NVGs. Now these are with the Gen 2 Plus tubes, but they are fantastic, super cool pieces of kit, and again, stay tuned for another video going over those. Moving to the right, we get into some of the gun stuff. Here is my G36KA1. You guys have seen that in plenty of videos, so I'm not going to go too into detail about that. But upwards, we have my LLMPI attached to my HK USP. More appropriately, it would be the P8, but the USP is what I've got right now. I've got my G36KA2 top rail, as well as a correct K stock. I've got my additional body that I use for my KA4 build, as well as my KA4, my IDZ stock, and then an extended mag catch. I haven't assembled the gun fully again yet, but that goes to that. I've got some optics, a spare gearbox, got my standard G36K length handguard, my 3D printed H-key. This thing is awesome, so I'm really excited that I'm able to run that and use that. I've got it looking pretty clean, but hopefully a real one will be somewhere in the near future. I've got 6 standard mags. I've got my G36 grenade launcher with the grenade launcher sight, and that concludes it for the rifle parts, but we'll move into some of the personal items before we go big. We've got some Bundeswehr meal additional parts, so parts of their MRE. I've got some patches that were sent to me, some rank tabs. I've got my Sunto Core all black. I use that watch every single day. Got some KR patches, a map that I found in one of the pouches that someone sent me, a can of Coca-Cola. Got some postcards and stickers. I've got some medical equipment, a letter that was written to me, and some other accessories, some face paint, earplug holders. And then I've got my Speed Action Surprise book that is from 2010 to 2013. It's a bunch of reference photos from then, so that's a super cool piece that I've got right there. Making the jump over, I have my chest rig. This is a 2T-lig, the split one. I did go over this in another video, and it is heavily disassembled and cannibalized for other kits, but this is not the final setup for my Luftlande kit. This is just the chest rig that I run. As we move up, this is something that you guys will see in a future video, super excited about, but I've completed a Kampfretter kit. I have my belt setup right here that's got mag pouches, tourniquet pouches, GP, TIP 15, and then we've also got my plate carrier setup. I've got mag pouches galore, radio pouch, tourniquet pouch, grenade pouch, a whole bunch of different things that you guys will see in more detail in the other video. That is a Bund issued Gen 5 in tan. And I also have the accompanying back panel that this is the quick release version. As we move our way up to another Gen 5 setup, this is my 2014 KSK kit. I have another belt setup here with a dump pouch, GP, grenade pouch. I've got my standard holster there, and then another issued Gen 5 with a whole bunch of pouches. that you guys actually have seen in another video, so I won't go too in depth with that. I've got a series of just additional pouches that I have. And as we shimmy our way down, this is my Gen 3 kit. It has undergone a lot of changes, a lot of adaptations. I have it currently set up for a certain set of ref photos. However, this thing will get another detailed video soon, hopefully. But this is how I like it right now. It's very bulky, very heavy, but it's a pretty cool piece. And then we move down to the accompanying belt setup. This is a Linderhof Gen 2 battle belt in tan. But it's got a couple pouches on it. Again, some will cannibalize for other kits. It's got an Eagle Industries Riggers belt in there that usually falls apart pretty quickly, so I'm glad I got one intact. Hopefully I won't run that into the ground. I actually have a reproduction coming just to use in place of that. And then I have my LLMPI holster. This thing is awesome. Very rare piece of kit. Very few people have it. Not a lot of people know about it, but there are plenty of ref photos from 2010 all the way up to modern times of guys using these. So that's a super cool piece that I was able to add to my collection. Now we're gonna jump over to some of the uniform pieces. So we'll start up top. This is my MSA TC APH helmet with a TC APH Lucy Claw. I've got a custom build of an Ops Core helmet. This is one similar to what they used in the Kampfretter. I've just got some real accessories on there, like a real Ops Core night vision mount, real NVG mount for Lucy's and all of that. As we move down, I've got some gloves, Petzl Cordex Lightweight, Mechanics Standard, and then I've got some Mechanics Old Gen gloves. These are actually really rare, but I'm glad I have these. They go with a lot of those classic kits from 2010 to 2013. I've got two Potomac Lightweight Balaclavas, a beret, a Petzl Tactica, just a standard like patrol cap, a boonie cap, my 2018 Char Smock. That's my Cry Precision AC top in Flecktarn. That's a really rare piece of kit. Really glad I have that. And then I've got an accompanying Cry. This is a Roman Kermez reproduction set. But this piece is pretty darn tough as well, just not the real deal because those are definitely way more rare than the tops. I've got two sets of Char Einsatzkampfhose. Those things are really well built. I did want to get an extra pair just in case because they're getting a little bit harder to find, so I grabbed an extra. I've got my Leo Kohler top. However, I do have in 3FARB a Whaler top. That one was operator modified to have those larger patch panels on the side. You can see the difference. That's how they should have come on the left, but on the right, they added those extra Velcro spaces. I've got two sets of 3FARB Einsatzkampfhose. I've got a real Char set from 2010, and then I have a modern Leo Kohler. As we work our way over, I have a set of Cry AC bottoms with an accompanying Cry AC top, a Cry G3 top in multicam, couple sets of knee pads. I have, again, the Cry G3 knee pads. Then I have some Arc'teryx kneecaps. These things are really cool. I don't like external knee pads, but they're kosher for the kit and they're Arc'teryx, so I gotta get them. Got my Black Hawk belt down here. And then probably one of my favorite pieces of kit is my issued Corinthia softshell. This is the Spezker version. This version has some minor differences you can see on one of my Instagram stories, but it is a really cool piece of kit. Definitely glad I was able to grab it because not only do I use it for the kits, but I use it in personal life as well. This is just an overall great jacket from Corinthia. As we shimmy our way up to the top row, we get into some of the bigger, more sustainment-oriented items. I have a mesh bag from TAG that came with my TAG Combat Sustainment Pack. I use that for the 2014 kit. I have my Berghaus Munro. I hate how small these packs are, but they work well for what they are. This is an issued version again. There are some differences with the civilian one, namely the color of the straps and all that, but we'll get into that another time in another video. And I also have a Berghaus Cyclops 2 Atlas. This is the bigger brother. This was mainly used for the greenside kits. We use this mainly for DA kits, however, they are interchangeable. And in fact, for the green side, specifically Luftlande, they use this pack inside of this one to take as like a patrol pack or like a one day, whereas this would be a much longer sustainment pack. And one last jump to the right, we have a British copy of the Corinthia Defense 4. It's a fantastic, super heavy duty and warm sleeping bag. The British copied it nearly identically with the exception of the color. So I grabbed one of those, as well as my issued Corinthia Defense 1 bag. This is the lightweight version. It does have an integrated bug net. I've used both of these and they're both great pieces. This smaller one, the Defense 1, can actually go into the Defense 4. However, I don't think I'll be going anywhere that cold. I have a poncho just in Flecktarn. I also have this sitting on my issued X-Bed isomat. This is a really cool piece. I actually have used this before, and it is a Boone labeled one. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there you go. But it is an awesome piece, keeps you high off the ground and warm at night. We have an issued rain jacket. This thing is super old. It's not actually technically kosher, but it is a German piece. I have another Corinthia Spezker jacket. This is a civilian version in medium. Packs up really small, I just wanted to highlight that. And then that's the pack sack for my issued one. I have a bunch of the Bundeswehr undershirts. I have my Salomon Gore-Tex boots. And finally, an issued wool power. This is the KSK Bundeswehr issued wool power. Keeps you warm, it's old, it's scratchy, but it works. If you're at all interested in joining KVB, please reach out, whether that's on the comments section or on Instagram. That'll be linked in my bio. We're always looking for new members, and while we do start with the 2010 to 2013 KSK kit, again, we use a whole bunch of different ones. So hopefully, if we don't see you in the comments section or in my DMs, we'll see you at an event. One of the questions I received was real versus repro brands. So in my collection, I don't actually have any reproduction items aside from Leo Kohler, although those are being issued now, so I wouldn't necessarily consider them reproductions, although they technically are. So for uniforms, again, the only reproductions that are currently made are Roman Kermaz doing the Cry style uniforms, although to say this lightly, he is a little bit preoccupied right now, so he won't be doing that for the foreseeable future. And then there is Leo Kohler to do the standard EKH and EKBs. As for the gear, there's only a couple manufacturers that do them anymore. Way back when, you had Doc Mervin, Ice Bear Tack, Roman Kermaz, and a couple others. But nowadays, there is Roman Kermaz, who's not currently doing the reproduction pouches and everything. There is Dyke Tactic on Instagram. He does a fantastic job with reproducing some of the pouches. And then there is Ice Bear Tack, although he's not currently selling on eBay. He sells privately and through Twitter. So it's always best to go with real Linderhof. Thank you all for checking out my collection video. If you stayed this long, I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next one. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I know I kind of went over all of this stuff very quickly, and I didn't go too into detail about really anything. But if you have some questions, please feel free to ask. Just wanted to show you guys what I've been amassing and some stuff to look forward to. I do have quite a few videos of kits and all that I haven't shown. So hopefully I'll be able to do that for you guys soon. But again, this is Airsoft in CT. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.